This is the filler I'm going to be making in this video. Unfortunately, I do not have the video or clips of where I cut the material, so I'm just going to show you how I did it with this one. So I used just one strip of the ashoke, and then I start my measurement diagonally from one point, measure 9 inches, and then from that 9 inch point, I'll measure 13 inches. Then from the same point, the origin where I started before, I measured 13 inches. So this is going to bring out a diagonal shape. Now you see the way I'm going to roll, you see. So I started with 9 inches, then I measured 13 inches and 13 inches. 13 inches up, 13 inches down. I hope you understand. So you notice that I'm also marking the wrong sides of my ashoke so that I don't mix them up. So that's how to cut it. I'm going to cut three pieces, and then whatever is left of it, I'm going to join them together. I'll cut it into two and join them together to form the top of the cap. You get to see and understand it. So that's basically how you cut these three pieces. Now back to the main video. So here I have the three pieces cut, and I'm just going to join all three of them like this. So I like to overlap the pieces like you see me doing. I'll just place them on top of each other close to the ends and then top stitch on them twice. I hope you understand so that the stitch can be solid. Then after joining three of them, then you will join on the open ends and then now slit the round piece to have this flat one that I have on the screen now. Now I cut this gum stay, the hard one, for the band area of the cap. So it measures 3 inches by 25 inches. So I've just ironed the gum stay, and then now I went ahead to sew these lines of half inches from one end to another so that I can make that kind of design that you see on the caps normally. And then now I have sewn the lining. I cut equal measurements of the lining with the material, the ashoke. So now I top stitch the lining, making the ashoke easy to manipulate this way. So now I'm going to iron this down so that I can lay flat. I hope you understand. If you have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. Here I've gone ahead to iron it, and you can see it's flat. So at this point, you can choose to go ahead like this with the way you see me doing, and then measure the head circumference, whatever measurement you want to use. The whole thing was about 28 inches. So that's why you can see a lot of allowance that is left behind. So I'm just going to sew straight both the lining and the ashoke. I'll draw a line now to connect those marks I'm making. So this line will guide me when I'm doing my stitches on the sewing machine. And then try to match your ashoke and the lining together so that you have this neat finishing. No one is higher or lower than the other. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And this allowance is a lot, so I'm still going to trim it off. So just in case you don't have light, you can use something to press it down like you see me doing on the video. And if you have light, it's better you press it flat. After trimming, you open it the way I did, and then you iron it flat so that when you fold it in like this, it should be flat. And then after making this fold, you will have a flat surface at that joining part. I hope you get. If you have any questions, just put them in the comment section. I'm going to answer every question I get as soon as possible. So now I'm going to be top stitching the lining with the ashoke. Here I've pinned it down all round. So I'm going to sew round and trim off whatever excesses are there. Now this is it. I have sewn them together and I have trimmed off the excesses. Now it's time to sew the cover. So like I said before, the remaining ashoke I slit it into and then join them together. That's why it's looking like this. So I'm going to make this rough sketch of the circle, the circumference of that cap, by leaving like quarter to half inch allowance with my chalk while I'm going round. I hope you understand, so that there will be enough allowance to sew it in. I didn't have the footage of where I did it, so I had to bring this video in. I hope you are not confused. If you would like to watch this other video where I made this lilac cap, I'll put the link in the description box so that you can watch it one at a go. So here I'm just showing how I went ahead to join the body with the cover of the cap. That's the circumference and the back cover of the cap. So I made marks on the 4 points, both the circumference and the cover of the cap. So I just matched all these 4 points, both the up and the circumference together to sew it like this. If you have watched this video to this time, please hit the subscribe button. Don't hesitate. When you hit the subscribe button, you are supporting me and you are also encouraging me, because it makes me feel like, yes, I'm doing something worthwhile and somebody is gaining from it. I would really appreciate your subscription, and you can also share the video with your friends and family. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.